So I want to go back to what I said really helped me in that time when I was grappling with some of the stuff in the Old Testament, that we got to remember we put too much emphasis on our physical, temporary lives. God puts so much more on our spiritual, eternal souls. So here's what I want you to see this morning. Thinking about the giant timeline, okay? Think about this. Jesus has to be born. Exactly when and where he is born. He's got to be born at this time in history for all of this to work. Think about that. 300 messianic prophecies to be fulfilled that have been prophesied over the many, many years prior. For all of God's promises to work out to where Jesus is born at the time and place that he is born, that he's going to be crucified in the way in which he is crucified, and that in a time where the Roman Empire has relative peace, where there are roads, there are many languages converging in this place of Jerusalem, for the gospel to go out by way primarily of persecution, in such a way that it goes to all the nations. You understand this? Like, for it all to work out, it's super precise on the big timeline of human history. Extreme precision by our sovereign God. If that has to happen in order for Jesus to die on the cross, being the atoning, covering sacrifice for sins from that point on, plus in the past, he's the atoning sacrifice for the sins of the whole world, then every single thing that happens from point A to point B, God's got the green light for. And I can sit with peace and trust that he is good and righteous and faithful. And whatever it took to get us to Christ, born when and where he's born, and dying on the cross at the time in history that he did. You following that? That everything else is okay. That God is extremely merciful even when he's pouring out his wrath on people. If it takes destroying the Canaanites for God's plan and purpose to work out, I'm okay with that. Because ultimately it's the most merciful thing God could possibly pull off.